Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple glitter tumbler in just 5 coats using Hyperion top coat. First thing I'm going to do is take a fully sanded and prepped tumbler. It's going to need a base coat, so I'm going to use the Aurora 3-in-1 Deep Blue Sea as my base coat for this. It should only take one full coat and it's only a 30-minute dry time. The first tip I'm going to give you today, give the paint a good shake before you use it, but pour it into a measuring cup. Doesn't matter how much, I only use a small amount, but pour it into a measuring cup. This way you can load your brush and basically put it onto the cup all in one go. You see how I'm doing it here? It goes on so easy. It goes on so much easier than squirting it direct onto the cup. So that's tip number 1. Use a measuring cup. It's as simple as that. Cover it over and allow this to dry then for 30 minutes. Okay, once your cup's dry, we're going to be moving on to the next step, which is putting a coat of glitter onto your tumbler. To do this, we're going to use Helios 2 Crafters Glue. And one of our glitters, Jack, it's kind of a navy blue colour. Tip number 2 coming up, you really don't need an awful lot of Helios to do this. So just give it a quick squirt, cover your tumbler in the glue, make sure it's spread all over. If you need any more, just give it one more squirt, but don't overcoat the cup. That can just lead it to dry in longer dry times. Make sure you've not missed any spots. Then just begin to coat it in the glitter. Give it a sprinkle. And what you need to do, once you come to the end and you've coated it all in the glitter, tap your excess glitter off and give that about another 30 minutes to dry. Then we can move on to the next step. Now that's dry, we're going to be sealing the glitter in Helios before we move on to Hyperion. Another good tip here is you're going to need more Helios at this point so that you don't drag your glitter off your cup as you're brushing. So put a good few squirts onto the cup and gently brush the glue over the glitter, very gently, and you'll find that once you covered the glitter in the glue, you're able to move a bit easier and you'll be able to spread the glitter out further. So make sure you get that all over your cup and allow that to dry for 30 minutes. Once it's dried, we're going to move on to our first coat of Hyperion, and this is where the cup really begins to take shape. Okay, so here we go with the Hyperion. You're going to do this 3 times, so for 3 coats, it's going to be 3 flood coats of between 15 to 20 mil, and you're just going to brush it on it and get it right into those nooks and crannies, seal the glitter, cover the glitter and start building that top coat up. I'm going to show you this one, but I actually did 3 coats like this before moving on. Now you've allowed those coats to dry, you've got 3 on already and your last one's dried at least 2 hours. We're going to see what it's like to be sanded. At this point, it'll feel very rough still, but just take a little bit of sandpaper and test one area and give it a sand. Make sure you're not hitting any glitter, and as provided you're not hitting any glitter, carry on and sand the whole tumbler. This is your first gentle sand, so don't go too hard on it. Just give it a good sand all over. At the end, you should see some bits that look dull and some bits that look shiny still. This is where you want it to be at this point. Along with the first sand, we're also going to clean the rim of the cup, and I'll show you how I do this. I hold my X-Acto knife at an angle pointing downwards into the cup, and I scrape around the rim. It goes through pretty easy, to be honest. go all the way around the rim, and you'll see it actually peels off any excess Hyperion on the inside of the cup also. You just keep doing that. Get all the way round and you'll see it comes off in like a little circle from the inside. After that point, we're going to need to sand the edge, but we're not going to sand across doing this. We're going to sand upwards at an angle also. So we're going to take our sandpaper, we're going to hold it against the cup and we're going to point it inwards again, but upwards this time. And we're going to sand around the cup. This basically gives your cup that tapered edge towards the top. So you're not breaking any seals. Once you're happy with your sanding down and the cleaning of the rim, we're going to go on to coat 4. Now this is important because this is the first coat where you use your exact measurement of Hyperion. So for me, with it being a 20 ounce, I'm going to use 7.5 mil. You'll see that I'll get it all of it onto the cup in the first rotation of the turner. And then in the second coat, I tend to straighten it out, level it out a little bit, take any of those sharp edges, if you like, of the Hyperion that's there. Get rid of any pooling from the top and the bottom. If I have any excess on my brush, I will scrape it back into the little pot, but I tend to press very lightly, so don't get a lot of excess anyway on the cup. Okay, now we've allowed our fourth coat to dry for 2 hours, we're going to go into the full level sanding. What I want you to do again is just check an area that's going to work. Make sure you're not hitting glitter, but this time go for it. You basically want your cup to look matte by the time you finish with no shiny bits at all. I think all in all it took me about a maximum of 30 minutes to do this. You can see at this point it's still got some shiny bits and some matte bits. I want it to be matte all over. I'm going to speed this up because you don't want to watch me suffering doing this. I wish I really was this fast at it. Also, once you've actually finished sanding your cup, you can just wash it away with water under the tap and then leave it to drain on the side. Give it a dry and get ready for your fifth and final coat. Okay, so we're on a fifth and final coat of Hyperion. 7.5 mil again at this point. Put it all on the first rotation, get it all on the cup. Your second rotation is tidying up and making sure you don't have any pooling, top, bottom or anywhere on the cup. Allow that to dry for 2 hours and then you should have your finished tumbler, providing you've followed all the tips and tricks that I've shown you on this video.